Well, the city is encouraging eligible residents to get their fourth doses of a COVID-19 vaccine as soon as possible, as we see hospitalizations across the province now reaching a 2-month high. We're also watching this, the TTC ramping up security in the wake of that subway shooting in New York. There is a lot to discuss here, so joining me live now, Mayor John Tory. Good morning to you, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, Mel.
I want to begin with New York. And indeed, a lot of people are watching this investigation, but it happened right in the morning of rush hour. And it got a lot of people, of course, on edge here in the city of Toronto. I know security was upped yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those conversations in what's happening today and moving forward so that riders feel safe?
Well, I want riders to understand that nobody watches closer what goes on the Toronto transit system and security issues that might arise in Toronto, because it's a big global city, than the Toronto Police Service and the intelligence people. We were briefed by the intelligence people just recently about the situation here. And then secondly, people should understand that our police and our intelligence people watch events happening in places like New York City, because when those things happen, often you'll get a kind of copycat thing, or there could be a pattern of behavior. And so automatically and without a lot of fanfare, when something like that happens in New York, we quietly increase the level of security on the TTC routinely. And we don't make a big fanfare about it, because we don't want people to be upset about there actually being a threat. But we want to make sure that there is extra security just in case something happens. So I think, like on many other areas, that you can be confident that our police service and our intelligence services are working every single day to make sure that our transit system is safe, especially when events happen elsewhere.
Let's talk about some of the events. Toronto Police Chief Raymer with a news conference here, and unnerving with some of the recent crimes, and an arrest made, which is significant. And I applaud Toronto Police for that, for 2 unprovoked fatal attacks. And one of them being an international student. And we've heard from the student's father as well, and that this is unnerving as a citizen. But what does this say about what's happening with some of the intelligence also behind what's happening with Toronto Police and a quick arrest here?
Well, I felt so badly, as we all did, for those 2 families, because these people were innocent people that were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But, again, great police work. The police chief told me, before anything was public, that they thought they were on to one person that might have committed these 2 crimes, and because of video surveillance and a lot of great work they did looking at video and comparing notes and all the rest. And think of how apprehensive the city would be if that person was still at large. And so the allegation here has been made. Somebody's been arrested. A lot of firearms were discovered. And again, I just think it's great police work. And I extend my real sympathies to the Seneca student body, to the families, of course, of the 2 victims. But at least now somebody has been arrested, and the justice system will take its course. But I think it's an example of the good police work that goes on all the time, because the police get criticized from time to time, and sometimes they actually deserve it. But, in this case, it's nothing but plaudits for them and for the quick action they always take on incidents like what went on in New York on the transit system yesterday, just to quietly up the security to make sure people feel safe.
Happening later today, you'll be part of an event welcoming Ukrainian refugees, or the ongoing support, I should say. Can you talk a little bit about that, but also the ongoing support that is there and is needed for those who are fleeing?
Well, I'm very proud to tell you that the municipalities in this region, stretching as far as Hamilton, have got together to decide on a kind of a standard set of services that we as cities, because we're local, can offer, whether it's housing or access to different kinds of help that people need. Because a lot of these people are going to be traumatized by the experience of leaving their country in the circumstances they did. And this is just part of Canada's overall effort. And I commend the other governments, federal and provincial, for the fact they're going to help us with that. But a lot of these services will be executed on the ground at the local level. And people will be happy to know all of their governments are working together, including local governments working together in this region, to make sure that we can literally welcome thousands of these refugees, because, we stand in solidarity with Ukraine, with Ukrainian people, and with Ukrainian Canadians here, who are also helping a great deal to house and otherwise support people who are escaping unspeakable circumstances to come and be with us here in Canada.
Mayor Tory, I've run out of time on this portion, but I do notice you've got your pink tie, and we'll talk about the event. We have a panel joining us to talk about International Day of Pink in a bit, which you will be attending here with the TDSB. So thank you for your time. You're going over now to Dina and Devo.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mayor
First
Tory.
things first, Mayor Tory. Let's talk about that pink tie representing. You look fantastic. He's on mute.
Got him on mute.
We didn't have it. Oh,
You're good
There
now.
he is.
You're good.
I wasn't on mute. Okay.
We had you on mute. Yes.
You know, we weren't able to have the Day of Pink for the last couple of years because of the pandemic. And I think it is such an important day to raise awareness of the fact that bullying goes on. It's focused in particular, but not exclusively on, 2S LGBTQ plus people that get bullied, but all bullying. And the fact that people have a responsibility to stand up and to speak up and to not just let it pass. You know, you're engaged in it too if you just let it happen. So I'm very pleased, and I have every year gone to the school. This year it's Bowmore Road School to participate in what is a great event that sort of marks awareness, and they're happening in schools right across the city, which I think is fantastic.
It's amazing that
Speaking of participating in great events, Steve.
Mayor Tory, we both have one thing in common. Well, we have many things in common, but let's talk about those Toronto Raptors and the playoffs starting this weekend. Jurassic Park, back at it. We get the fans out there. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling great. I mean, the whole city feels great when our sports teams do well. And, you can remember those days back in 2019. They were extraordinary. I was there many times, and I will be there again. And I'm getting the jacket out of the cupboard, by the way, because it's time to dust that off. And, well, it has been cleaned, I should note. So it's going to be great. And it's going to be great for the Leafs. I don't want to pick on him when he's away, but, Sid's got to get in the game for the Leafs, but we'll be there for Maple Leaf Square, too. By the way, I should tell you, I was with a group of women, and they all told me they watch you, Dina, and Devo and everybody. And I said to them, well, look, they said they just love how I kibitz with Sid. And I said, well, now, I want to ask you honestly, I'm taking a poll here. Am I too hard on him? And they said, absolutely not. You've got to hold him to account, especially for his lackluster support of the Leafs. So I want you to know I've taken the poll. The verdict is in. And when he comes back, we will just have to continue to hold him to account for some of his unorthodox views. I did. I took a poll, but they all watch you. That's the great news.
Never.
You have the support of the people as mayor, and you have the support of the people to get at Sid, which is amazing.
Well, you know what? This is something people roasted you about, but it was a gentle, light, jovial roast. You recently took a shot, and you posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. There we go.
Which is at the Jays home opener. And everyone's like, hold on, is Mayor Tory clinging to a BlackBerry? Do you still use the BlackBerry? And is it because you believe it is better, like former President Obama?
Flashback to Mayor Tory. He's going to show it.
For privacy issues.
There you go.
Let's see.
There it is.
Wow.
It's Canadian technology. And look, it still works. I love the keyboard, I'll confess.
Yeah.
It's Android, so it has pretty well any app on it I want, save and except, say, FaceTime, which is not on there. It's only on iPhones. And so they will have to pry this out of my dead hands.
It's the keyboard, right, Mayor Tory?
It is the keyboard entirely. I mean, but so I'm a loyalist on that, and it is Canadian technology, and they don't make them anymore, I don't think, the same way. But having said all that, people do mock me about it, and that's fine. Let them go ahead and do that. It works for me, and so we should all have our choice as to what we do in terms of communication. I can stay in touch just fine and take pictures just fine.
Impressed.
Yeah, it's a great photo.
The baseball game or anywhere else.
Yeah, it's a great photo. My friend Noel, same thing. He has the exact same phone as you. He won't let it go. 4 days he had it in the repair shop. I couldn't get a hold of him because he had to get it fixed. But he's like, I'm going to get a new phone.
They'll fix them up. For those who might still be clinging to them like me, they have places where they'll fix them up in a day and give them back to you.
Let me just say, Mayor Tory,
there are places that do that. Yeah,
I was reluctant like you, okay? I hung on to mine. They all chirped at me. You will get used to not having a keyboard. Like, trust me, it just takes about, I'm not kidding, 2 weeks. If people say a day, no. And
my
then
typing
you're fire
is so
fast.
terrible, though, on an iPhone. Like, I make 68 mistakes, and I can type like a whiz on this keyboard.
Okay.
So
whatever works for you.
I thought what you were going to ask me about was getting a perm for my hair, because I heard you guys saying
highlights,
Next
perm,
question.
we could go together today.
Devo, you were the man that gave me my first ponytail,
I
so
know.
maybe we should go and get perms together.
I'm down. You got some time. Like, you've got the busier schedule, but I got some time today if you can clear something up.
Okay.
No, it won't be today, but my people will probably talk me out of this in a huge hurry.
Yeah.
Listen, we're out of time, but I just want to say, Buona Pasqua, happy Easter to you and your family. I hope you get to spend some time with them, because I know you're always out and about in the city as you do, but I know you're such a proud grandpa too. So love to all.
I am that. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Same to you.
I'll tell Sid you left him another rotten egg for him here. Okay.
No, we just took a poll.
Yeah, okay, he took a poll. Thanks so much, Mayor Tory.
All right, see you, Mayor Tory.
He's never happier than when he roasts Sid. It's his favorite hobby.
I love chatting with Mayor Tory.
You know what we love to do, Dee?